This is Tainan, the first capital of Taiwan. And I want to show you something cool. This degrading building taken over by roots and trees was built by the Dutch in the mid-1800s to serve as a trading port, and was handed from the Dutch to the Chinese to the Japanese, selling things from opium to salt. And in 2004 it was converted into a tourist attraction. Let me show you. The Dutch basically set up Tainan to be a trading stop for China, and ended up making Tainan the first capital of Taiwan. But the Ming Dynasty had invaded the Dutch and defeated them and set up Taiwan as an independent kingdom, which didn't last too long until the Qing Dynasty came and made it part of China. And that didn't last too long until the Japanese invaded and made it a colonial piece of the Japanese Empire. So while the Amping treehouse was where the Dutch did their trading, this is where the Dutch did their defending. Fort Zeelandia, and a man named Kojinga had captured it in the mid-1600s, and he was a Ming loyalist. He made Taiwan for the first time an independent kingdom, but loyal to the Ming Empire, up until the Qing Dynasty captured it and held on to it for about 200 years until 1895 when the Japanese took it. So I say this because Taiwan was never really part of China. It was a colony. First it was a Dutch colony, then it was a Chinese colony of the Qing Dynasty, and then it was a Japanese colony. It was never a province of China. It was only a colony of China. And that's essentially what China wants to do. They want to colonize it again. They don't want to reunify it, they want to colonize it. I'm with my pal Confucius here at the very first Confucius temple in Taiwan, built in 1665. Confucianism influenced Taiwan a lot like in China. It's one of the main practicing religions here, along with like Taoism, Buddhism, and folk religions. And I got to witness a ceremony because it's during the Lunar New Year, and some very kind people came up to me, and they wanted, like older people, and they wanted to ask me questions, and they wanted to know where I was from and what I was doing here, and they wanted to tell me about themselves, and they started introducing me to other people, and they wanted to get a picture with me, and it turns out they were from a school, and they put me in like their school's article or something. It was very heartwarming, but they were very kind.
礼成，谢谢各位。
I think Confucianism has good things to say about it, like a lot of philosophers. But I think there are also some downsides. For one of the practices is humility and altruism, and I think these are important things. But I think also Confucianism contributed to like China's and in general Asia's really strict hierarchy. Part of Confucianism is believing in honoring your family and having like your place in the family and your place in the community, and if you mess up, then you owe them shame. And I think this creates a really strict and toxic environment. I think that contradicts altruism. If you are forced to feel shamed, or you're forced to have a place, or you're forced to obey someone in your life who's toxic, be it in your family or your job or your country, that kind of goes against altruism. That's not very altruistic. So there's definitely something to be said about honoring your family and your ancestors and your community. But at the same time, huh? Sorry, I don't speak much Mandarin. Okay, it's just. Huh? Maybe. Close the door? Oh, I didn't open the door. Someone else.
It's they close.
Oh, close. Okay. Sorry. Shit. Bye. Unfortunately, they closed, so I couldn't show you the whole temple. But during the ceremony, the music was beautiful, and they played instruments I've never seen before. I just found the Statue of Liberty of Taiwan. Ladies and gentlemen, Ellis Island. When people think of the most used psychoactive substances in the world, they usually think of caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, but most people don't know what the fourth one is. You might think cannabis, maybe even something like heroin, or some kind of pill, but actually, the fourth used most psychoactive substance is a little tiny nut called betel nut. It's wrapped in a few different materials, a leaf, sometimes lime. Apparently that helps its potency. And it's commonly found in Southeast Asia and East Asia, and it's used by like truckers and construction workers. And if you're not part of that group, it's usually looked down upon to use. And yeah, we're gonna try it for the first time. I heard it doesn't taste very good. So the lady told me that you have to bite the top off. I don't know if this is true. And spit it out, and it exposes the nut, and then you have to chew it with the leaf, and apparently it doesn't taste too good, and it makes you spit a lot. It's not so bad. Tastes very earthy. definitely makes me have to spit. Apparently it gives you energy, and it feels like 6 cups of coffees is what they say. We'll see about that, I don't know. Okay, so after trying my first betel nut, I witnessed something I've never seen in all of my travels. I don't think it's a cultural thing in Taiwan. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt, but as I'm walking, I saw a guy on a bike, and it looked like he was, and he moves from bench to bench, and then as I'm walking up the hill, I see him, and his legs are spread apart, and his dick is just out, and there are children around, and it's this guy right there, him. Yeah, he had to hide it when I pointed the camera at him. There are children, and he just has it hanging out. I've never seen that before. I don't know if it's on purpose, but definitely a culture shock. Is this a normal thing in Taiwan? Let me know. This Tai Chi cadence is so creepy, man. I'm sorry. Like, it sounds like it's coming from a sound box from like the year 1900, and the sound is so eerie. I don't know how they find peace in this cadence. I want to get closer to see if I can pick up the sound, but I don't think I can. The cars are too noisy. If I can find it on the internet, I'll put it in the video. And the way they're moving along with it, like the whole thing is just a little... It feels like... It feels like a mannequin, like with a demon is controlling them. No, it feels like a... yeah, you hear it. It sounds like a creepy, like, demonic doll is controlling, like, mannequins. Like, don't get me wrong, I respect Tai Chi. It's just the sound that's getting me. That's it. I want to try Tai Chi. It looks very peaceful, but definitely I'm gonna choose a different rhythm. There's a lot of stray dogs in this park. They're all peaceful and happy. A lot of them laying down over there. Yeah. Now these guys got a better cadence. That sounds more peaceful. That sounds much more peaceful. It's cute seeing all the old aunties and uncles and grandparents doing their little exercises. I noticed a lot of the old people here just slapping their knees. Like, I guess that's some kind of exercise. I don't know what it's called, but they just slap their knees for a very long time. Maybe it's healing. Another thing I noticed in Taiwan is karaoke is very popular. It's everywhere. And I've been to spots where there's nobody listening and people are just doing karaoke on their own. I respect it. I respect they're enjoying themselves. like mimes. So now we're gonna go to the Grand Matsu Temple and do a little prayer. Matsu is the goddess of fishermen and seafaring people, so sailors as well. So sailors would give a prayer to the goddess Matsu for their safety on the sea, especially since some of the sea in the South China Sea can be dangerous. I'm not sure what temple this is, but I'll give a quick glimpse inside. Or I think that might have been part of the Grand Matsu Temple. I like how, and there's a lot of small little temples around too. I like how they usually have this dark and red tone to them. It's a very, it reminds me of House Dagoth if you ever played Morrowind. That's the only way I could put it. Can I get to the temple this way? Why am I having such a hard time finding the temple? Okay, I think this is it. So you have to buy these snacks and the incense and the money for the god. It's only about $3. So we're gonna buy the presents for the god. So you take a stack of the god money. And I'm not sure how many incense, so we'll just take 3. And some snacks. think I'm doing this right, but I'm trying my best. I'm going off what my friend said. And this is Matsu, the goddess of the sea. I guess here they burn the god money. And that's the Matsu temple. Absolutely beautiful. That's called Dadagong Temple. And the temples here are very interesting. They're not like Christian churches, although there are Christian churches, where you have a day where you go and pray each week and have like a priest give you a sermon. You kind of just go in at any time. Unless it's closed, of course, and you kind of do the prayer yourself. And it's a mixture of Taoism, Buddhism, Confucianism, specifically Mahayana Buddhism, and they have different gods in the temple. And you do a different prayer to each god. You don't have to pray to each god, but you have to, you can just bow and pray and do a quick prayer in your head by saying your name and when you were born and your intentions, or you can ask for safety. Most people tell me they ask for money, or they pray for their students to succeed. I want to show you this little alleyway called Snail Alley. See, we got a cute little snail. And I found a lot of cute little alleyways and really interesting ones that look like no one has been there. Some that go upstairs and lead to destroyed roofs of buildings. Those seem a lot less traveled than this one, though. I think maybe this one's not as exciting as some of the other ones I happened to come across. I should have filmed them. Oh, but this is cute. Dragon. Barred only.